holding the hunter like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture.
You got a picture me, send me calling, ready for war like Korea, headlining shows out in Poland.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, some strong running. Throw left side complete. That's Armstrong. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They run with Hines. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll look to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that's caught by Smith. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now it's Hines. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw. Maxwell. He's going to go for a big. He's got him in. Complete. 20, 10, 5. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. It's a big play there for the Lions. 68 yards. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Maxwell. This is caught. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Back to throw. Maxwell. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. So out now come the Cardinals. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Hines. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. This is Hines, and he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Detroit! Detroit! Watching that, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Gun! 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 Watching that, Barney! Barney! Now let's go! 3-19!
Back to throw here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st and 10, Maxwell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Being chased out. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Flex round! Flex round!
Looking to throw. Maxwell. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Maxwell. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet? Oh, I've got the exact play to dial up.
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing on first down. Maxwell. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, Maxwell. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing again. Maxwell. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Maxwell. Dancing to his left. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And McManus able to put it through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah,
just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Armstrong. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try to find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Ohio!
Operating from the gun, Maxwell. Flushed out right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, Maxwell. Wide open receiver complete. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Taking it about the 16. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. 319. 319. Gun!
He'll look to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll return it from the 6. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Flex round!
On 1st and 10, Maxwell. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hines on the toss play. Oh, good move. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. final shot before break. Maxwell. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That's fielded in the end zone. He spins free. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Lions on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Maxwell. And he gets it to Funchess complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This quarterback now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Back to throw. Maxwell. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. From the gun, Maxwell. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Back to the Philly. Here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Complete. Smith has it. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They'll give it to him up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Nyheim Hines taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Howell. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Looking to throw. Maxwell eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to the air on second down. Maxwell. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Maxwell. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12.
Flex round! Flex round!
Off the play fake. Maxwell. Steps away to his left. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carroll. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Detroit getting set to go now. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd down. operating from the gun. Maxwell. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, look at 56.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They run again with Hines. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, well, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
On third down, that's Hines, and he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.